right, so we are back with Lisa Waters Lane in the studio. She comes each week, and this segment's just for her to inspire us, to want to just be out there in nature, to capture butterflies and take a closer look at ladybugs and smell the fragrance and just enjoy the fresh air. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you.
So how's your garden growing?
Actually, really well.
It is.
Our garden is looking very good. Our veggies and our flowers and our trees and our shrubs.
I've got tomatoes starting to form. We got a little squash we'll probably pick off this week. So cucumbers are starting to elongate really fast. So things are happening. The flowers of flowers. Dahlia is my favorite flower. You get to pick one, you deadhead. And they just keep pushing more and more blooms. So I did actually fertilize everything that blooms or fruits with Root and Grow this week. Next week, I'm trying to get more consistent with that while they're young. Root and Grow is a compost tea that helps things to root out, gets deeper green, helps them just to grow. And then I'm trying to I'll switch very quickly to Flower Power, which is a water-soluble food that helps flowers grow bigger, that has fruits grow longer, bigger, more. And so it seems to be making a difference. So I see that, I notice it.
Okay, so you're doing Root and Grow to get them started and healthy and growing, and then you're going to switch to the Flower Power.
Correct.
Okay. Yep. That'll work.
So what do you got for us?
Well, speaking of flowers and power.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring in some perennials, so plants that come back every year. And these perennials are long blooming perennials. So
nice.
Sometimes you get that seasonal, like candy tuft. I mean, it's beautiful in the spring, great early perennial, but it's going to stop and then it's kind of done. Great if you're mixed in beds and stuff because you don't really notice it because other things start blooming. But I wanted to bring in some perennials that are going to give you season from color from beginning to end.
Now through October, November, I'm even seeing some of these through winter almost. Yeah, good.
So one of the first ones I wanted to bring in, and I love this plant, and I just don't think it's utilized very much. And it's such a huge family of plants. So Dianthus or Carnations is sometimes you see them called. It's such a huge family. You want a color, you want a variety, you want a style, they've got it. So it is actually now you're
just have fun with the camera. Sorry. Keep talking.
They literally bloom all season long. Once they start, they're not going to stop until we get really consistently cold. It's also one that 9 times out of 10 is going to keep the foliage through the winter time. It's probably not going to bloom, but it keeps the foliage in through there. And very, very fragrant. I love the smell of carnations, dianthus.
Like cinnamon almost. Yeah.
Very excellent plant for animal resistance. Most of your critters are not going to eat these. And they come in just a variety of colors. So this is a real simple, this one's what? Passion.
Violet passion. Forever violet passion. Or violent. Forever violet passion. So violet.
It's got more of a
color.
Simple bloom.
Yeah. Look at that though. It's got, there must be 50, 70 flower buds. There's more flower buds than foliage. That's nuts.
So this is another one. This is more orange. I forget the name of this one. Is Premier Orange, but it really is orange, and it's unusual to find that color of orange in a carnation. Just naturally orange, very, very pretty.
Isn't that funny?
And it's got the fuller flower to it. And both of these guys, when those flowers start to fade, if you just pinch them off, you're going to get more and more and more flowers. And it's another one you were talking about, Flower Power. If you use that every 2 weeks on these guys, they are just not going to stop.
Yeah, pretty. So this is Carnation, Premier Orange Carnation. So like you'd put in a boutonniere or something, only you can grow these outdoors. You can use them for cutting.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Butterflies like them. This is just a hardy, tough plant. And rabbit javelina generally leave them alone. We got a rascally ground squirrel in our gardens.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, but he is fat and chubby. He's been eating the garden. I think he came from the neighbor's house.
Probably. Another one that I really like, and there again, it's a huge family of plants, is Coreopsis. So Coreopsis, usually most of the times are yellow or browns and yellow, sometimes reds and yellows, to a simple blossom to a big, they call it a sphere. So it's a big, almost looks like a big tennis ball on the end of your.
Trying to help folks tune in.
Thank you. So Coreopsis love the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Great sun plant, continual bloomer. There again, deadhead it. But hey, we all need something to do in our lives. So go out there with your cup of coffee and deadhead your flowers.
It is therapeutic.
More blooms.
Yeah.
But it's another one that's just going to consistently bloom until we get that really super hard frost. Yeah. And then it'll go, I'm going to go to sleep. I'll see you next spring.
Yeah, it hibernates underground. You just take a lawnmower weed whacker right over top of it, like in March, and it just comes back fresh every single spring, bigger and better. And this one can reseed sometimes, which is quite nice.
Definitely. So for something taller that really attracts the hummingbirds and the butterflies, this is Agastash. This one's blue boa.
It's kind of got a flower, just starting. So it's a summer lover. There's where the flower is. You can see that. So it's just starting to happen. Agastash.
So it has like a fuzzy blue blossom to it, but the hummingbirds just love it. And the butterflies are very attracted to it as well. Another one, give it a nice hot spot.
Smell that.
I know.
Amazing.
You're going to make me start coughing.
Yeah.
Don't do that. But there you go. Loves the heat. Give it a nice hot spot to grow into. It's going to come back every year bigger and better. And then once these guys start blooming, once we get that warmth that they like, they just keep going and going.
I help customers with Agastash because I think we sell too many or plant too many Russian sage. And it gets weedy and they seed everywhere. And just it's a big aggressive shrub. Agastash has a similar height, a little bit smaller, very similar flower, takes the same heat. And it's not aggressive. It's longer lived, less weedy, less trashy. I think Agastash is a better plant in most mountain gardens.
Right. And they're, again, also very animal resistant.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned that. But it also comes in pinks, in corals, in yellows, and oranges. So a wide variety of colors for you to put out there. We're doing good on time. So this is Galardia. This one is, which variety is
this? Is Arizona Red.
Arizona Red. And it is. It's a beautiful
looks like an Arizona sunset.
Color. I like it, the tones on it, because it has that orangey red and then yellow at the tips. It is like a sunset in Arizona, right?
Like Route 66 right there. That's what it looks like.
And look at the buds on that. I mean, there are
loaded.
A ton of buds. So it's another good continual bloomer, just consistent.
This one is a great bird attractor. That is, if you let it go to seed as it goes into winter, it'll actually be a food source for birds as they get through winter. It comes back every year. And I find that super tough as far as animals like javelina don't bother this. It's got a fuzzy texture to the foliage that they just don't like.
They do not care for that. So another one of my favorites. So this one is Gara. This one is the other name for it is whirling butterflies.
Yeah, whirling
because
butterflies.
The little flowers on it just look like they're little butterflies going through the yard. It's very, I love it when the wind kind of is blowing and the plant starts moving, and it just is a very pretty plant out there. Kind of has a simple lacy look to it, but it just, each stem comes out and it just produces flowers all the way up the stem. And it also comes in a dark pink and a light pink as well, kind of different heights.
This would be a great companion for Russian sage, Agastash, primrose. It loves that right out there in the heat. I mean, just like crazy wind, crazy sun. I'm on a ridgeline. I have nothing but rock piles. Gara is going to like that. This is where it grows.
We have one out by our mailbox that I don't even think it's on a drip at this point in its life, but it is huge and it is beautiful. So a great one to put in.
We're out of time, babe. I know you got more, so they'll just have to tune in later for to listen to more of your flower suggestions. Or come in. Better yet, Kim and Lisa Lane, the Mountain Gardeners. Be right back after this.